It's a rare off day in the WNBA, but the grind never stops. Are you with me? What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of The Bounce. We are a daily WNBA betting show that breaks down the WNBA betting board and offers free selections on each WNBA regular season game. Today is Wednesday, May the 24th, and while there are no games on tap for tonight's betting card, we do want to take a minute to just talk about what we've seen through the first week of the regular season. Before we get into our thoughts and observations, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so now so you stay up to date with the latest content. And if you could drop a like on the video, I'd very much appreciate that as well. Look, I know we are only 2 or 3 games into the season so far, but so far we've seen some really great team basketball, we've seen some really great individual performances, and we've seen some teams that just simply don't know what the hell they're doing out on the court. If we start at the top of the odds boards, Las Vegas Aces are as advertised. They're only 1-0 on this season. They obliterated the Storm on the road as 13-point favorites, which we gave you that, which was a winner. They had 6 players score in double digits in that contest, and they team averaged 21 assists in that game alone. If they're getting contributions up and down the roster and they're playing team basketball, averaging 20 plus assists per game, the rest of the league should be put on notice, and the Las Vegas Aces are definitely the favorite to win the WNBA title. As for the Aces' main rival this season, it was supposed to be the New York Liberty. They got off to a sluggish start. They lost on the road against the Washington Mystics, but they rebounded at home, dominating a poor Indiana Fever squad. And that great individual performance from Breanna Stewart, where she put up 45 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. I don't think we're going to be able to see somebody top that point total this season. I'd be very shocked if we get a 46 or better point game performance from anybody in the league. It's going to go down as one of the best performances of the season. And I know which teams are not going to have players put up those kind of points. We're talking about the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx. Both these teams struggled to score points in their first couple of games. They're both 0-2 combined. The Indiana Fever, Aaliyah Boston, she's as advertised. She's contributed 15 points in back-to-back games. She's shooting 11 for 19 from the floor in those 2 games combined. As for the Lynx, simply put, they're going to go as far as Nafisa Collier can take her. But simply put, they're not very good around her, and she cannot put up consistent points on a consistent basis. And the Lynx are probably going to lose about 28 or 29 games this season. As for last year's runner-up, the Connecticut Sun, well, they're off to a flying start this year. They're 3-0. They beat the Indiana Fever in their opener, and they won back-to-back games against the Washington Mystics, both home and away. They're showing that the loss of Jonquel Jones isn't going to hinder them as much this season as people thought it would. They have great depth, and they're getting team scoring from everybody that's playing meaningful minutes in their contest so far this season. They're definitely one to watch in the Eastern Conference. And if the New York Liberty, aren't careful, the Connecticut Sun can go on a run and steal that top spot in the Eastern Conference away from them. As for the Los Angeles Sparks, the Dallas Wings, and the Seattle Storm, they've only played 1 game so far this season, and it's difficult to tell exactly what they are from just the 1 game. They had a couple of good wins between them and a couple of bad losses. So we're going to take a backseat approach and just watch what they can morph into later on in the season. I believe the biggest takeaway from the first week of the WNBA regular season is that we're seeing some great basketball being played all around. Teams are competing hard on a night-to-night basis, and we're getting ratings that the WNBA has not seen in a very long time. Brittany Griner's debut for her Phoenix Mercury after the jailing situation in Russia topped up at 1.2 million viewers. It averaged 683,000 viewers, which is the most in a 24-year span on cable TV for the WNBA. The talent is on display in full effect across the league. We're getting great basketball, and it's going to be a very exciting season moving forward. I'm very excited to continue to bring you WNBA winners on a daily basis, and I hope you ride with me throughout the duration of the WNBA season. That wraps up the 7th episode of The Bounce. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you want to help support the podcast, please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any content. Drop a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. And share the pics with your friends on social media. The next episode of The Bounce will be available Wednesday night, and we'll be breaking down Thursday's WNBA betting board. Until next time.